The MTW show match starts right here. Lucifer versus FoCuS. Best of 5, Undead versus ORC, Korea versus Korea. The kickoff for the MTW Twitch stream that you can find here. twitch.tv/MTW_gaming. $200 on the line for the winner of this best of 5. And here are your two players. Both from Korea, of course. Both have been around in the scene for a long time. Both have played for MYM in the past, so they were clan mates for a little bit. And we start on Concealed Hills. As you see, both around the top 10 of the Warcraft 3.info ELO ladder, so among the best players in the world for sure. I'm quite surprised that FoCuS isn't a little higher. But alright. Maybe the last results didn't do them a favor right there. And with that being said, ooh, damn, let's go. I gotta get rid of that donation code real quick. And then we're good to go. And as I said before, please leave us a follow. We need the 200 followers to enable the partnership status and therefore get for you the choice of the quality on this stream. So help us out. 200 are needed. More are very, very welcome. In the upper right, wearing the MTW clan tag, it is the devil himself, Lucifer. Of course, in the undead race, in the red trunks. Starts with a normal Tet Fiend build order with a DK in the bottom left. His opponent here today, challenging the MTW player, is FoCuS, still unsigned for the upcoming second half of the year for Warcraft 3. Lucifer is hanging around for quite some time already, scouting the hero here, and sees the entire build with this Acolyte. Sees it's a Blade Master, sees it's a later shop, but that should be fine. A normal build from both players. No big surprises here. No Dreadlord first, no Farseer first, no Shadowhunter first. And creeping starts. FoCuS with a nice starting item with the Gloves of Haste and the DK with a normal creep route as well. This is a fairly easy spot with skeletons, with grunts tanking a little with the hero, and then since this is medium armor, this goes quite fast. If he invests a coil, even faster, but seems like he doesn't want to. After this creep spot is done, and they grabbed up the first experience bar, this very camp and this very camp becomes important, because it's kind of easy to creep, and there might be a Tome of Experience for you that boosts you up almost to level 3. Tech is on the way on basically the same speed. FoCuS a little ahead, but that's due to the nature of the Orc race. Oh, actually they're not going for the crab, or Lucifer isn't going for the crab. FoCuS is. So is Lady Luck kissing him again, as she did so often? No, was it Tome of Strength? Still getting level 2 from the normal experience that these Murlocs and Crabs provide. Lucifer, therefore, with the second item here, not gambling for that tome. And it's his primary attribute, so the gauntlets are quite a nice find. At the moment, he's supply stuck and can't go for any fiends. He does have the 4 ghouls for faster lumber income. And then he can tech to tier 3 rather rapidly, and build the Lich, and build the Slaughterhouse, as it oftentimes is the case. This matchup is a fairly slow one compared to quite a few others, as you want tier 3. Both races kind of want tier 3. They need tier 3 for damage and support. Blade Master's creep checking Lucifer here, who wanted to gamble for that Limb Ripper. Grunt is coming in as well, might be... Okay, not surrounded against the skeletons. FoCuS is getting a lot of experience here, actually, with all the skeletons being killed. And the crab... Oh, he had his arm raised in the air, pump faking the coil, but this looks fairly good for FoCuS thus far, who should be the favorite here. The win rate is around 65 to 63% for FoCuS. There was a nice little steal here as well. New Rod of Necromancy is in the inventory of the DK. And as long as you don't lose anything, the early game is quite okay for both races. You don't want a surrounded Grunt with Ensnare. You don't want a Fiend loss to a blocking Grunt and a high damage dealing Blade Master. But I feel like FoCuS kind of has the control in the early games. He gets all the spots that he wants. There's no big damage on him, thanks of course to the healing self. And yeah, Lucifer only now moving out with his first 2 Fiends to increase the damage. Before that, he was quite reliant on his skeletons, and they got killed quite easy with the Blade Master, so it's all accelerating a little. Watch awards now for the Blade, and that's an excellent item, as you can drop it exactly right here, and you get vision over everything that the Undead is doing. So a legal map hack, so to speak, for FoCuS thanks to this item. Shadowhunter second, tier 3 on the way, Beastry in the build. That is the normal stuff, and man, FoCuS is creeping quite aggressively. Lucifer is expecting here in the middle, as this is the biggest creep spot on the map with the best item on the map. And with ORC, you can control the creep AI in a way that it's fairly easy to do, but might be too expectable. So we have a Scroll of the Beast here. FoCuS continuing to snipe some experience on Lucifer's side, but the Undead from MTW is doing the exact same thing. Opening now FoCuS's natural expansion, stealing more experience, stealing yet another item. His items in general, not the best, and the trend continues with the Ring of Protection only. But alright, FoCuS is making his way into Lucifer's base, and that's a very rare sight, because you never want to fight in an undead base. But with the Scroll of the Beast, and with hacks, and with the DK so far away, get an easy kill, backstep into crit, and the Lich is benched. Thanks to the dust, you get the Shade as well. That was quite a big investment by Lucifer, especially on the lumber side, and man, Lucifer is getting, yeah, quite wrecked here with all hexes invested and the Scroll of the Beast invested. That was a lot, but he gets another Fiend, man. That's an absolute disaster. That was 12 supply loss. A Ghoul, a Fiend. Oh, it's actually 10. And the Lich. 3, 2, and 5 supply. So smooth sailing on the first map for FoCuS thus far. He's getting Raiders now for more control and more ends. His Blade Master close to level 4. The Shadowhunter with that one little attack, that unexpected attack, already level 2. The Lich is back with the Orb and the Gloves. DK is level 3, so he's fine, but Lucifer needs a very strong fight to get back into this game. Destroyer upgrade coming now. No Temple of the Damned yet. No Dreadlord, no Dark Ranger. So he's lacking quite a bit. At the MTW Legendary Cup this weekend in Berlin, we have 2 Undeads, Lucifer and Happy. 2 of the 4, or 2 of the 3 best Undeads in the world will be represented there. Let's say 2 out of 4. Oh boy. Unholy Aura. That's a big one right there. FoCuS had so much time to creep the middle, and he got that very item.
A player's forces are under attack.
Pendant of Energy on the Lich for an additional Nova. Still not seeing a tier 3 hero. Destroyer upgrade is done, and he's going Web upgrade too, with yet another big kill for FoCuS. That's level 4 for him. He has the Orb, he has the big Invul, so yes, his inventory is rather squishy, but with that item, it's absolutely perfect, as he has the heal wave as well. TC is out for Stomp, and the second movement speed aura later on level 2. He has the Unholy Aura already for 10%, and he will get the Endurance Aura on level 2. So we have a Pit Lord, ladies and gentlemen. That's a pick we see a little more recently. It has damage mitigation, it has some good AoE, but no disable. And against this Blade Master, you kind of want that. Here's the damage mitigation, -5 on the Blade Master now. Stomp is coming in a bit. First Destroyer is up. Invul Potion used on the Blade Master already. Howl of Terror still applied to a bunch of units. Not on the Blade Master though, as he used the Invul Potion and break it that way. The statue is gone. Nice stun. So no regen, no mana, no health regen. Trying to nuke the TC now. There is no Nova anymore, but a couple of coils. And Lucifer, that fight wasn't flawless, of course, as he lost a few units, but he's holding his ground against the strong Orc army that he had. And now, oh, nice stun. He's going for the Lich now. Needs a coil, gets it. Can he kill that Kodo? That would be big. A 4 supply swing, but apparently not. Maybe if he invests a coil again, and he does. Plus the Pit Lord cleave. Man, that was a strong fight. Lucifer is certainly back. Close to level 4 on the DK. Finally level 2 on the Lich for Nova now. And the Shadow Hunter is not yet level 3. The TC is not yet level 2. Invo Potion on the Blade is absolutely necessary. But we have tier 3 for a little bit. More experience on Lucifer's side to get that beloved level 4. It'll be interesting if he goes for aura or not. Yes, he does. No death pack. Making him quite nukeable. Oh, we get Temple of the Damned as well. Double damage mitigation on Lucifer's side. And no Torrent Totem in sight for FoCuS. Is this game turning around now? We will have the Howl of Terror. And we will have Curse. That's a lot of damage that it's not gonna be there. Belt of Giant Strength. Plus 9 strength already on the Pit Lord. Lots of HP. Now TPing out. Doesn't want to lose more units here against the Hex. And Raider disable. And he gets out with the item. And now the Temple of the Damned is ready. Banshee immediately. Lucifer is fighting his way back. There's no expansion on FoCuS' side. Usually a win condition, for sure, to get that expo up a little earlier. He could go for the tiny Great Hall now, but he doesn't have the resources at all. No shade right here. TC has 2 potions. Shadow Hunter is quite naked, but he can use Heal Wave on him immediately and Invo Potion on the Blade. So hero focus not the easiest. That creep was to be expected. Second Red Sword, but he's turning around immediately. The statue out of position gets ensnared right away. Blade Master's taking care of it. He might need a Frost Armor. Doesn't get it actually. Soaks up the mana for the Destroyer. Oh, actually not. Pit Lord level 2 now. For the cleave, damage increase. Kodo Beast gets out, eating the first Banshee. And the second statue is gone. Oh, we see the misses. 3 misses in a row. Can't prevent the Blade Master from killing the statue in the end. How long can Lucifer stay in this? Howl of Terror again. Missing a lot. Doing only plus 3 damage here. Destroyer can't be safe though. The TC in trouble. Has the potions. But the nuke comes out of nowhere. He dies with an invul and a health potion. Big mistake by FoCuS right there. To let his third hero die. So no stop, no aura anymore. DK versus Blade Master. Who's gonna die first? He has nothing to heal him, and there's the lack of death pack. Oh boy, what a back and forth. Invo Potion. He's trying to get the double kill on this Pit Lord, and he succeeds. GG by Lucifer. And the game goes to FoCuS. Nice little game it was. Going back and forth between them. FoCuS with a great start, controlling the game until the later stages, I guess. And especially the tier 2 push. The unexpected tier 2 push into the undead base was quite remarkable. As we've seen this not too many times, actually. So Lucifer was caught off guard by this. And now he's down a map. 1-0 for the challenger. And yeah, if you go into a fight without a TP, without a potion, without an invul, it's kind of to be expected that your DK is gonna get nuked. And that was kind of the weakness, despite all the misses, despite the howl. The damage was still enough as the DK was surrounded. Match number 2 is on the way here on the MTW Showmatch between the two Koreans, Lucifer and FoCuS. The ORC took the win on Concealed Hills, and we are going into map number 2, Amazonia. That is Lucifer's pick. And we have our Mortal Teamwork player in the bottom left with an early Fiend build order this time. So a late DK. Wonder what we're gonna see with this. On the other side, FoCuS with a comfortable lead now. Going with a normal build here, no fast tech whatsoever. If you want to have a meet and greet with Lucifer and all the other players, we are in Berlin, April 6th and 7th, this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, for the MTW Legendary Cup for $5,000. And yeah, Lucifer's gonna be there. Check, Chimiko, Happy Foggy, Hawk Cash, and Enter. And once again, we kind of need your help with a little follow here on this channel as the early game is unfolding. Leave us a follow here at MTW_gaming to enable the quality selection and the partner status for this Twitch stream. We need 200 to apply for the partnership to make sure that we have the options this weekend with when the Legendary Cup takes place. This time, it is not a Blade Master. We have a Farseer here. And that's quite interesting. Of course, Lightning Shield creep doable with this. That's an early level 2. And gonna be a normal tech for the Orc as well. Lucifer going Death Knight. We have seen him play a little bit of Dreadlord, especially in the matchup against Night Elf and also a little bit against Human. Here it is. 3 units come together, range attack, triggers the Lightning Shield, and perfect execution for FoCuS. Creeping all of this with the shield and creeping this little green spot with the wolves. That's gonna be super fast level 2. While the hero for Lucifer is not even out, thanks to the build of Fiends. And there we go, no deny, level 2, Chain Lightning available, and that opens up a good opportunity for an harass. So DK joins the fray now with a rod. He didn't scout here at all. So he doesn't know about the Farseer yet, if I'm not mistaken. He's got to be careful. As FoCuS is running over, can he secure the experience? He gets the big one. He's not denying the little one with the shield, so he's gonna be level 2 fast as well. And FoCuS is not running over, not contesting this, but going into the middle of the map for a little more creeping. He wants to rush level 3. This takes some time with only 1 grunt. And Wolf, the Taskmaster, quite a tanky dude. But with that big experience, as you see, close to level 3. DK of Lucifer is making his way over. Also creeping this. Okay, that's gonna be an easy creep check for FoCuS here. A little too predictable, maybe, from Lucifer's side. Farseer is gathering some mana. Chain Lightning against... did he actually steal something with it? Or was it just against the skeletons? I think he stole something with it. Fiends are already hurt, down to 50%. He can't tank too much. In the meantime, the tech for FoCuS is almost finished. Lucifer will be quite a bit behind, as you can see, like half attack. And he only has 2 Fiends, right? Okay, now it's getting more. So he can deal with the Wolves and the Farseer, as both of them are really squishy. And as long as you don't lose too much HP on your DK, you can stand a chance in the battles if you micro properly. This time we only have 3 ghouls here. 4th Fiend is coming, and that should add some pressure to Lucifer's game or intensify the creeping, which he absolutely needs for level 3. Wants to be a coil a little too early! It was a steal, right? I'm not so sure. The grunts were creeping simultaneously, so he didn't get it. Could have used the chain lightning for it. Was really close though. But that... a little lucky for Lucifer. He will get level 3 here at the Murlocs. Both with the basically exact same creep route. Laboratory with lightning shield first, into Taskmaster, into Murlocs for the secure level 3. Farseer now creeping with 3 grunts. Beastery coming as well as the TC second. So completely different hero matchup from the Orc side. Not going Blade Master SH. Lacks the disable and lacks the healing now. For now. And I'm a little surprised we don't see any wolf rushes into the main to follow it up with chain lightning. But he didn't want to dive into the undead base. TC is in now with Stomp. So good disable and good AoE. That's the first call. The second Fiend should be ready as well, as the cooldown is wearing off in a second. There we go. So everything safe and secure. FoCuS creeping with the TC and grunts in the meantime. Nice distraction from this Farseer to keep Lucifer in his base. And in the meantime, Boots of Kel'Thalas for the Torrent. Plus the so important experience. Slaughterhouse tier 3. Everything is a little late for Lucifer. Does he have his head and mind already in Berlin?
The town is under siege.
Nice scout immediately when FoCuS set up the tier 2 expansion. The Orc needs to buy a little more time, and he's doing that quite nicely. Speed scroll again. Oh, what a split by Lucifer. Saving these 2 Fiends and the DK. He has one more coil. Ooh, that chain lightning. Almost killing that Fiend off, but the coil arrives earlier. Almost getting a kill on that Raider, but good micro by FoCuS as well. Now the first Fiend dies, and with a little body blocks, yeah, he gets the grunt as well. So 1-for-1 trade. The Fiend a little more expensive and a little more important for the later stages. So I guess that trade was good for FoCuS, especially since he's buying time for the expansion right here. War Mill now. Raiders 2. Tier 3 almost done with the first statue after 8 minutes.
The player's forces are under attack.
Lich again going Frost Armor first. I don't know if that's necessary, actually, if there's no Blade Master. But he knows best. Prevents damage from the DK and the Fiends. The next stomp is gonna hurt. Hits all 3 units, but he's not stomping. Now he does. Only a heal scroll and the invul used. Now, whoa, okay, so both consumables lost. And the Raider not dying. He has another stomp. But does he have the damage to kill the Fiends if the DK is out of range? There is a coil. There is no coil, sorry. So he gets that Fiend in the end. But he's got to get out with that TC soon. Stomps again. Man, FoCuS is getting so much done here. The next statue down. And that's level 3 for the TC already. That's mana for yet another stun. And he's killing units left, right, and center. Only 34 supply on both sides. But the Orc is just doing so much here. Finally another kill for Lucifer. But he still has a Raider. He still has a Grunt. He kills the second statue off as well. That's a 4-3 hero against 3-1. An insane advantage. And now the Expo is up. A little damage done by the skeletons. Now we get troll headhunters as anti-air.
Players' forces are under attack.
Lucifer needs a plan B. He needs levels, he needs army, and he needs to either kill that Expo off or establish an expansion on his own. An Acolyte is moving out, not building anything, so this is either scouting or a counter expansion. He could babysit this. What is he doing?
A player's forces are under attack.
Ah, okay. Getting the Dark Ranger this time. Just to the tavern. I thought, why is he rushing over? Does he need to scout anymore? FoCuS again with good shop control, getting both consumables here as well. He's saving tier 3, so saving like 400 gold and a lot of time. Belt of Giant Strength. Again, not the greatest item for Lucifer, who has to TP out immediately. Also this, pretty predictable creep route, going from the main to the expo, to the Mercam. FoCuS counterplayed this really well. But the 6th Acolyte is indicating a counter expansion. FoCuS is scouting for that already. Mana potion on the Death Knight now. Again, just like we had it on Concealed Hills. The town portal is gone, and he doesn't have the resources to rebuy it at the moment. He's at 42 supply, FoCuS at 54 with an expo and going for the red spot already. Gathering up a nice ranged army. And Crystal Ball this time. Okay, he had the... He won the lottery with the Unholy Aura on Concealed Hills, so now the Crystal Ball is like, eh. Okay. Lucifer is catching up in levels. Almost 4-3. Acolyte is helping a little. The next Nova will hit hard. And FoCuS is moving back. Might get a speed scroll. Nice position by Lucifer here. The Great Hall actually helps him. And that's so many skeletons already. He was creeping a little. Used the Black Arrow. Now we have Silence as well. And that's a lot of normal damage. Lucifer, will you just right-click this without a town portal? That's super risky. Oh, the Destroyer caught off guard. Nova hits nicely into the Raiders. First one down. It was 3 for the Lich. Could have saved the Nova, but then he might not get the kill. Is there another call on the Destroyers? No, but the second one is already up. Level 4, the Torrent Chieftain. First Wyvern is coming in. There's no web this time. Massive Stomper to the Death Knight. Can't use any healing at the moment. Silence on the TC, but the Chain Lightning gets out of the path here anyway. So that's level 5 for him now. Oh boy. 2 Wyvern for the damage. And the backline is standing strong as well. Now taking care of it with Frostborn and Nova. First Headhunter down. Second Headhunter down. Still 51 supply for him. And again, he's focusing the Death Knight. 4.5. This time, again, no Death Pack. But Aura level 2. DK, he needs the coil. Where's the coil? Last second. Dark Ranger falls, but the Lich stays alive. The more important hero. We have one Kodo Beast with a full stomach and Snare on the DK, and yet again there's no TP. Chain Lightning electrocuted, and this is another death DK, and this is another win for FoCuS, who's leading the series 2-0 now after, what is it, 40 minutes. We are rushing through the games here. Kind of the same story. Early engagements go in favor of FoCuS. Then he expands from there. Gets the level advantage. Man, this fight in the bottom left at the shop. The consumables. Again, the Invo Potion and the Heal Scroll was just so good to have. And this is match points. As this is a best of 5. Ay, ay, ay. I'm gonna call my beautiful co-caster here, not only on Back to Warcraft, but also on my MTW or MTW_gaming. Remo, welcome to the stream. You have quite a marathon behind you, but just can't get enough?
Hell no. Games like these are about to transpire. I'm gonna be there, of course. Undead versus Orc, that's one of my favorite matchups. And I'm coming in just in time to motivate Lucifer enough here to start the comeback.
Indeed. That's what we see a lot in Warcraft recently. Comebacks, counter sweeps. It is 2-0 for FoCuS now, but in the past couple of weeks, how often did we see comebacks? Like WGL qualifiers, Yule Cup, we've seen it everywhere.
Yep.
But yeah, you're right. It's time for the MTW player to step up his game. Otherwise, the 200 euros go to FoCuS.
It's a nice chunk of change here, just for a little best of 5. FoCuS already rubbing his hands. Is it gonna be this easy? Well, we certainly hope not. We want to see at least one more map, ideally. All 5 maps. Didn't they meet recently? I feel like there's something in my long-term memory which usually doesn't land there.
That is true, Remo. They had a show match in March, I think 3 weeks ago. That was a best of 7, and FoCuS defeated him 4-1.
Okay. So, a little one-sided there as well. But of course, it's far from over. I thought they... Oh yeah, they did have a show match, you're right. I thought they had met maybe in one of the qualifiers or something, but no. Misremembering. Quite a few show matches in the past, but seems like, yeah, FoCuS is getting the upper hand usually.
Usually it does. In Larin Cup, that was the last encounter between them. Lucifer defeated FoCuS 2-0. He needs to do that right here again. He's switching it up once more. This is not the early Fiend build order we saw on Amazonia, but the more normal one, the 10 Fiends. On the other side, FoCuS. We've seen a Blade Master and a Farseer. We are now on Northern Isles, and we have the Blade Master back.
Okay. So what happened on the first map?
On the first map, FoCuS, it was Concealed Hills. FoCuS stormed into Lucifer's base at the beginning of Tier 2, got the Lich, got a Fiend, got a Ghoul.
What?
Yeah, like, he
Wow.
caught him so off guard as Lucifer was creeping on FoCuS side of the map in the bottom and didn't want to invest a TP, and then there was no coil, then there was a dead Lich.
Tier 2 aggression. It's like 2015 or something. We don't usually see that anymore.
To that.
Interesting.
Even if FoCuS is winning this match, this doesn't end the show here at MTW_gaming, because after this show match, we're gonna draw the quarterfinals for the MTW Legendary Cup that will take place this weekend, Saturday and Sunday in Berlin.
Of course, Neo has shown in the past that, yeah, he can be quite the luck fairy, as we call it in Germany. After your glorious GCS performance back then, I have only the utmost faith in your abilities to handle the balls.
Think. You prepared this one, huh? 2 days of preparation went into this joke.
It took all my brain power the last week or so.
I know. Good one. Good one. Of course, we're going to be in Berlin as well. And the games will be shown at the Horus Restaurant and Cafe in the Kiefholzstraße 1. So join us! But now we have a game to our hands.
Yeah. So, 4 Ghoul opening by Lucifer. Ted Fiend into 4 Ghoul means he's gonna be low on Fiends for a very long time. He's gonna be attacking up greedily, which is, well, has become more and more the meta. Usually, the two armies, the two players, don't really fight until Tier 3 is reached and the 3rd heroes are out, but then the fireworks really start kicking in. Until then, it's all about how efficiently can I creep, how much experience and items can I soak up from the map, and especially if FoCuS is a master at that trait.
Absolutely. The Blade Master already well equipped. Spidey socks and gloves of haste, and a lot of regen to his hands, as well as level 2.3, that is critical strike and windwalk. Death Knight, good intelligence here for half a coil more, and gloves of haste later for the Lich. Both tier 2 techs have started as well at 60%, and FoCuS again slightly ahead, but this is as on Concealed Hills due to the nature of the build. So, who's gonna find an opening here? Ooh, he's drawing out the Golem. Does he want to snipe this?
Yeah, 2 grunts, 1 blade should be enough. Now, without spells, this camp is actually ridiculously easy. And it's working out well. 1 Mud Golem into Rock Golem. Gonna pick up... and this is what we talked about, you know? FoCuS is the master of this. Sniping items everywhere. Oh, the Fiend almost scouts him. He's so close. Well, not quite close enough. Ring for the blade, not the greatest, but level 3 is going to be reached here. And that's very nice. May have to pop the scroll of speed here to keep his grunts alive. There is coils, of course, from this DK who's full mana. The coil would not have been enough. Nice usage there of the scroll, as the coil is only level 1. And the blade is going to force the undead here a little bit back. And keeps his grunts alive for the second hero, which is coming out soon, to continue creeping with him then.
As people in chat are asking when are the games starting, the stream starts this very stream on Saturday at 12:30 Central European summertime. So set your alarms. It's gonna be in all the calendars and on Liquipedia as well, but it's 12:30 CEST.
You're really looking forward to not have to say CEST anymore soon, right?
Yeah, but I like the summertime more than the normal time.
So we're getting rid of the good time for you.
Yes, no, of the bad time. Like, I like summertime.
A player's forces
But isn't the
are
standard
under
time the non-summer time?
Yeah, but they get rid of the non-standard time.
No, the non-summer time.
Whatever,
Right?
it's gonna be good for me. It's 2
So
years
here's a
ago.
Shadow Hunter now. It's gonna solo creep to level 2 here very quickly. And I'd say this was a pretty good early game for FoCuS. Got his level 3 blade. Can solo creep the Shadow now, for whom it's so important to get level 3 in a timely fashion. And now the icing on the cake would be to steal some more creeps. This of course should not be allowed from Lucifer. But he didn't even bring a dust here. He's not gonna invest the coil. Blade Master gets that one. Certainly is not allowed to give up the Ogre Magi though.
Ooh, he got it right. The Blade
But
Master.
risky. FoCuS is usually so quick with his fingers. Perhaps he doesn't get the last hit, but like the chance of picking up the item is like 50-50.
Yeah.
That's a big consumable right there.
And that Scroll of the Beast goes to Lucifer. In map number 1, FoCuS had this item. And yeah, this is where disaster struck Lucifer. But maybe he can turn it around this time. I think he didn't go for Dust because the Shade was kind of in the build. He had the Sacrificial Pit on the way.
Ah, yeah, true.
He's judging this maybe a little.
But you know, if you lose that item, that definitely would have been worth 75 gold. And you know, you take that risk, but
Yep.
okay, it worked out fine. Picking up some claws now for the Lich as well. That's going nicely already with his inventory.
A player's forces are under attack.
But still no level 3 DK. Okay, he's gonna hit it here. No statues out yet, but should be coming in soon. Okay, so everything's gonna be kind of in fighting shape. There's a level 3 now. Lich almost level 2. SH almost level 3. FoCuS got a bit of a lead here in the early game because of items stolen and experience and stuff, but it's basically still super even.
I agree. This is the most even game we've had thus far. They kind of let each other alone and play a little PvE here, with the exception of course, FoCuS in the bottom before. We got the first Kodo, we got the TC, and the Berserker upgrade rather early. For the Undead, the biggest upgrade is, of course, the Orb of Corruption. And yeah, you're right, man. This Lich at plus 14 is quite a beast already. And now, Creepjack time.
Yeah, he does have one more scroll of speed. May have to pop it here. Actually, the Lich isn't even level 2 yet, so it didn't have the Nova until now. FoCuS picked up the Invul, right? Yeah, he did. So that's very important. Without that, the Blade Master can't really do too much. He's still being revealed, thanks to the Shade, but nice Hex coming in. He gets the last hit, but the item goes to Lucifer. It's one of the best ones you could have hoped for. The Flute of Accuracy for his ranged army. Very potent indeed. Gonna be accompanied by a Dark Ranger here, perhaps? Or is he going Dreadlord?
He picked Pit Lord before, and he picks Pit Lord again. And I think, like, little spoiler alert here, I don't think that's gonna be the only damage mitigation. This seems to be his tier 3 versus tier 3 strategy. He played the Dark Ranger on Amazonia, but this is the second Pit Lord for Lucifer thus far.
Yeah, double damage mitigation with Howl and Banshees is very powerful, but so is the ability to silence either Shadow Hunter or TC at the right moment. Once again, Blade Master looking for the steal, doesn't get it. It's a Talisman of Evasion, not too bad for the DK. Now the Undead army getting chased and snares flying. The statue should be dying quickly. Scroll of the Beast coming in, and the Howl of Terror. Big damage imbalance here between the two armies, but still first kill goes towards FoCuS, takes out the statue, but the Raiders here dying in quick succession as well. 1 dead, 2 dead, and he has to speed scroll out of this.
Good fight for Lucifer for sure. Is he starting this comeback now that we're all hoping for to get some more entertaining games here at the MyMTW debut stream on Twitch? FoCuS again with a pretty late expansion. This was like on map 1. We haven't seen an expansion at all from him.
Usually the Orc wants to wait until he has a decent enough lead to pop down the Expo to make sure he doesn't die right after. But this game, he only had a small lead from the early game. And now, losing 2 Raiders for a trade of 1 statue. It's kind of all even again, I'd say. Going back to the shop, new dust and a new invul as well. Blade Master used his earlier. And once again, he's looking for the backstab here from behind. But he's coming in through a little bottleneck. Not the greatest for an Orc army, but seems like he can connect in time once again. Taking out the statue. Easily.
Oh, the Purges. The Purge is so good. He's countering that with a Burrow. That's nice. No reveal, I guess. Destroyer in the air. Nukes the Grunt. Gets her up the front line. The Pitlord, of course, a big tank. But so is the TC. Still at level 2. Another Storm comes in. This Fiend can't be borrowed, but coiled. Saves it last way. And the statue. Oh, another Purge would have been nice for FoCuS, but no. Next Destroyer Morph needs a coil as well. Otherwise, he's gonna die. Lots of Purges once more. Howl of Terror rocking through. Blade Master at -3, but the Destroyer dies right away. There's another invul, so this Blade Master should be safe. What about the Shadow Hunter? He has enough mana to heal himself. TC wasn't the biggest target anyway, but a 10 supply lead for Lucifer now. With decent heroes as well, we have 3, 3, 2. And yet there's still this powerful Lich. And now, Banshee time.
There we go. You knew it. We're gonna have double damage mitigation here coming in very soon. I'd love to see armor upgrades with this. That scales amazingly. But it's kind of also going heavier into what you already have. Like, the problem is not damage mitigation anymore at this stage. It's kind of like you would rather invest into damage upgrades perhaps, because if you're tanky enough, you just want to deal damage, then might be the better idea. At the red camp, the 2 meet again. The dragon is still up for grabs, by the way. FoCuS would have loved a few more seconds, but he didn't get him. Going for the DK now. Howl of Terror coming in again. And the Death Knight is still healthy. Enough Coil Nova out of nowhere! Did not expect that one. Invul, I don't think it was, if it was ready. Don't know if it was. But first hero down, man. And this truly now is looking like the beginning of the comeback.
With the damage gone, FoCuS can never ever fight this. We get the Warsong Battle Drums. This damage is insane. It's +6 on every Fiend. The Lich is at +20 with the double aura. And that's GG by FoCuS. Lucifer is back and we have ourselves a series.
Well done. Fighting his way back into this. Realizing his strength timing really well. I think that was a perfect moment for him to fight. He gets level 2 on the Lich. You don't really need much more. That's one of the advantages that Undead has in this matchup. You only need level 2 Lich versus Orc needs level 3 SH. And FoCuS did have that, but especially fighting with the scroll against an opponent who is Howl of Terror, that was just, yeah, such a big damage imbalance. And Lucifer playing it well from there. Good job.
I agree. That was by far the best game Lucifer played thus far. And the first game where he could peacefully go to tier 3 without being stormed in the early mid game. And yeah, you need to survive that. Otherwise, the Orc just takes the advantage and runs with it.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that apparently, I mean, I didn't see the first 2 games, that it happened twice. Because again, normally this matchup is fairly tame for long parts of the game.
Yeah, on map 1, FoCuS caught him absolutely by surprise. There was, like, no way Lucifer expected this.
Alright, so our 4th map here will be Terranos Stand. A map where I feel we see Dreadlord destroyer timings all the time, but not perhaps Lucifer's favorite build so much. Players like WFZ will go for that a lot of the time. But I mean, what he's playing here seems pretty good. The Pitlord, I saw him a couple of days ago, but it was kind of more of a clowny game, but he's having a bit of a resurgence into the meta.
That's true. Rarely, but it's getting more and more. We go into Terranos Stand. If you like what you see and you want to support MTW, leave us a follow somewhere over there. We need 200 plus to apply for the partnership here at Twitch and to enable the quality options for you guys so you can watch the Legendary Cup this weekend from Berlin in your desired quality. If your internet is a little weaker, go 720p. If you want the full experience, 1080p. Just to have the choice is always nice. So for that, we need your support with a little like. And if you are in Berlin, Germany, anywhere near, come join us this Saturday and Sunday at the Horus Restaurant and Cafe for the public screening of the Legendary Cup games, sponsored by Thermal Take, and of course a meet and greet with all the players, all the casters, the Legendary Taker, and more. Game number 4. Can Lucifer start the comeback like we've kind of prophesized it before? Or will this be the end? It's still match points for FoCuS, 2 in a row, but Terranas Stand is next.
He absolutely can do it. Showed in the last game that, you know, he is certainly able. And the Pit Lord, I kind of like it, but it also, if that should be his long-term strategy here across multiple games, you have to be aware of the weaknesses. If it's a big map where the Orc can creep up fairly reliably, or it can turn into a 2-base versus 2-base game, that means that the third hero most likely will reach level 3. Third hero in this matchup being the TC, of course. If you go up against level 3 TC without silence, that is super scary. So this Pit Lord is looking pretty cool so far, but there may be a bit of a clock on him. But then again, he played some Dark Ranger as well earlier, so apparently not 100% reliant on this.
Only normal, in quotes, tier 3 hero that we haven't seen is the Dreadlord. Everyone's kind of favorite hero, I guess, because, like, he's the most stylish hero of them all, of course. Maybe we'll see him here. What are you laughing about?
Neo and his delusions. Most stylish hero is the Crypt Lord, Neo. Come on, let's be real.
The Crypt Lord. You want to say that a bug is more stylish than a fucking vampire lord?
He's the king of bugs, dude.
Cool, because everyone loves bugs. I will bring you some.
Yeah, I mean, you like him so much you eat him, don't you?
Yeah, no, I hate him so much I eat. I would never eat a vampire.
Neither would I. Got me, Neo. Checkmate. DK here with a lightning shield creep. Denies 2 of the creeps! Oh my god, Lucifer.
That was pretty bad.
Foggy also earlier today was really strong in denying creeps, by the way.
A player's forces are under attack.
This keeps on happening. I feel like the last 2 months have been surprisingly heavy on creep denies.
Yeah, everyone is taking more and more risks to cut some corners wherever possible, but it goes wrong so many times. I don't know, maybe just play it safer instead of saving this half a second or a second.
Yeah, like literally, you can just move away from it 1 second earlier and, you know, it's fine, but want to have it like with a photo finish, you know, want to get the style points, I guess.
That's true. Double gloves of haste, by the way, for this blade.
Player's forces are
No
under
claws
attack.
yet. Would love to take some from the Cobalt Tunnel right here. And once again, it's a fight for experience and items in the early game. Nothing should really be dying at any point. Everybody's pretty fast and pretty tanky. Doesn't have too much damage output actually against him. I always love this Blade Master movement when he walks on top of the creep and then starts attacking the DK. So if he uses the coil, oftentimes it ends up on the Blade Master doing nothing. But here actually, he did get the coil last hit, right? And the item as well? Yeah, the ring. So, good control here of the early game by Lucifer. And this Blade Master is really struggling to get level 2.
Yeah, he won't get it with the kobolds. Skeletons won't be enough either. 1 actually is enough. But he's close to level 2. Shadow Hunter will pop out in a bit. And then he has to share experience. So this is way better for Lucifer. He has the aura. Still plenty of stuff to creep on his side of the map.
Yeah, I like Lucifer's choice here. Not going for so much evasion creeping, but rather level 2 creep and then check out what he's doing. Because the Orc, with 3 grunts, can creep a lot faster than the Undead can with literally only 1 Fiend. I want to say literally 0, but now it's 1. But was only, yeah, no Fiends at all for quite a while there. Because if you leave the Orc unchecked here on Terranas especially, he can creep up a Storm in the early and mid-game, with there being so many medium armor creeps. As the grunts creep across the map, that's fine at level 2 for the Blade.
Before the shadow pops out, that's a nice timing for this. Of course, the undead can catch up in creeping once the Orb of Corruption is there, because then armor types really don't do that much anymore. But that's quite far away.
Yeah, even when he's like up to 3 fiends, let's say, creep speed is pretty good for the undead, but until then, it's rather low with skeletons only.
FoCuS hugging the Shadow Hunter, Lightning Shield. Let's see if he denies the units as well.
Now, Blade Master isn't really doing anything, so should be paying close enough attention. To be fair, it's a lot harder to do with melee heroes, like to do perfectly, because they get slowed down by the frost armor, and you're trying to move them away, and you're like, oh damn, I forgot I was slow, you know, and then you're still in range, so... it has happened even to me, even to me. This has happened. So.
Potion of Greater Mana, that's happening to FoCuS, and he will be really happy about this, as well as the level 2 here. Slippers for the Blade, double slippers!
He's got an insane inventory.
He has circlet, double gloves, double slippers. That is so much attack speed, plus 8 agility and 15% per gloves.
Yeah. And attack speed and agility does not get punished as far as crits go with a new damage calculation. Claws would, so that's a little something to keep in mind. Dude. Tome of Experience. Okay, what do we want here? What's the best one? There's a lot of good ones.
Sobi?
I'd say Rune Braces maybe, but there's so many.
Yeah, Rune Braces because as well.
Quel'Thalas also. Quel'Thalas would just bring that.
Basically, almost everything. Rope.
Rope's also good.
Yeah, I think that's good because the inventory on the Blade Master is already full, so he needs something for the Shadow. Yeah, this is a good RNG for FoCuS, that's for sure. Dude. On the other side, Lucifer again with the Pendant of Energy. This is either the 3rd or 4th time he's finding a pendant, and Scroll the Beast as well without FoCuS going for this spell. This can be a good consumable for the undead, but does he want to fight this?
Everything's poisoned here for FoCuS. This is not another Tome of Experience, by the way. He's here with the borrow early. No frost armor being casted. The Lich is full mana. There should be frost armor on everything here. One Fiend is in snare. That should be a fairly easy kill. Coil into TP. Is that enough for the save? Another Fiend. Again, no frost armor. Let's save it.
And again, he's losing that town portal early. This happens to him across the entire series.
Oh my god.
That's ridiculous. 420.
We have one more Tome of Experience over here.
Blazes.
At the Murlocs.
This is 600 mana in consumables and a rope to drop to increase that.
And it's really awesome for the TC as well, who can creep up to level 2 here pretty easily if he wants to. Ooh. Yeah, contesting far out on the map with 2-1 heroes shortly before tier 3 is a questionable choice. But then again, like, you have to move out on the map. You can't just be sitting at home. Perhaps some skeleton scouting ahead of himself could have been a decent idea. Level 2 now for the Lich. About to be level 3 on the DK as well. Boots of Quel'Thalas and Slippers could go very nicely with the Dark Ranger. When I find items like these, I'm always like, ah, this is a Dark Ranger game. But he's going Pit Lord again.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's necessary, really. Did he, like... Does he know about the level and the items of the Shadow Hunter? Because then I would really advise to disable against him rather than lowering the damage output. Because the plus damage is not that crazy yet, but the attack speed is. But you can't really slow that down except with Frost Armor, which is kind of passive and you can't force it. Well, with Nova you can.
Yeah. I mean, what you say makes sense. But I don't think you have your game plan, you know, you have the strat you want to play, and I don't think you adjust that too much depending on your opponent's items drops. Like, you have your game plan in mind and how you want to micro and what you want to do in the fights.
Expansion by Lucifer. Almost a Hail Mary play here, but both are getting ready for the expansion. Howl of Terror. And that should give Lucifer the Dark Wizard. Oh, the Orc is engaging again. He's not sure. He's FoCuS has one Kodo, no upgrades.
It's buying a lot of time over here, by the way.
Yeah.
For this expansion, the other corner of the map.
Nova secures the kill. Wand of mana stealing. Can prevent... Stop, because it's easy to use the wand on him. What?
Did we say, by the way, that he found the Wand of the Wind? Which
Oh,
like
did he?
The best item. And a Tome of Experience again! Are you serious? It's the best item in the game against the DK. Found a Boots for the TC as well, by the way, which is also really good.
Yep.
These
This is absolutely
insane.
ridiculous. Scroll the beast number 2. Doesn't stack, of course. That would be pretty sick, actually.
Forces are under attack.
But how long does it last? 30 seconds or so? You can pop the next one after? 45, actually. Okay. So, dude, we've had 3 Tomes of Experience already. There's... Maybe we even missed one. What does this one have? Oh, agility only. But level 3 for the Lich also. Who's with this basically at plus 11 agility. Which isn't too bad for him. It's attack speed.
It's
and
attack
armor.
speed, indeed.
Oh, TC though. Holy crap. I was about to ask, how is he so high level already? Ah, that's right.
Tomes of experience, yeah.
Yep.
And an invul potion for him now, to be safe. And of course an endless heal wave. It's more of a heal tsunami or something. Invul potion on the blade and on the TC. But Expo for Lucifer's up.
Here.
Huh?
Important Shade Scout. He is seeing him on the bridge, so Lucifer is gonna have to hustle over to his expansion. He's just patiently creeping the natural, though. Oh, he doesn't see it. He doesn't see the blight. It's nighttime.
Does he want to fight, though? 60 supply against 63. The inventory, as we mentioned, crazy for FoCuS.
No Banshees here yet for the double damage mitigation. And this is a level 3 TC when there's no silence. This is his dream kind of fight, exactly here. Let's throw the beast coming in as well. Rated to fall, traded almost there for Fiend, but gets the save. We have the dust as well coming in. The next stomp hitting absolutely everything. Perhaps Lucifer should be trying to split against that a little bit more. Destroyer here coming in as well for some kind of dispel, getting another heal off actually. That's coming in pretty handy. And the TC's out of mana now, so Lucifer has survived the TC's mana, and now it's time to fight back. He doesn't have too much left, and Abomination, excuse me, is actually coming in. More Nova from the super strong Lich takes out another one of those Raiders. TC in the middle of everything. So is the Blade Master, super low HP, heal wave coming in one more time. And of course we know there's plenty of mana on this Shadowhunter.
And he's howling like crazy. Good damage mitigation, Coil Nova, Invul Potion on the TC, lasts for 7 seconds, heal wave rattling through. This Banshee arrival was key to survival. So many misses on this blade. Oh, nice coil here, thanks to the Wand of Mana stealing. Fiend can be unburrowed, Howl of Terror once again, crit for 105. Next misses, another one. The Cleave is doing good damage in the front line. Another Raider dies, but now the Banshee is gone, and so is one of the last Fiends here. Coil again, there's no mana for another Nova. He can't nuke anymore. Level 4 on the Blade Master, crits intensify. Can he get a kill though? FoCuS is expecting an expansion, not finding any. 10 supply lead for the Orc. How much mana? Oh, he used the big potion, keeping the stone, which is nice. Hex on the DK, no follow-up. Stun on the Lich. Is there still one of the Wind? I don't think so. Nope, gone. Oh, DK in trouble. That cost him 2 games already. 3's a charm. DK down. No aura, no healing. The Pit Lord is about to fall as well. Lucifer refusing to give up yet, thanks to this expansion. But man, it looks like 200 euros are going to FoCuS.
Certainly is. 64 supply for the Orc here against the only 47. I think Lucifer was a little slow to produce there, right? He was sitting at 800 gold this entire fight. Could have had more Banshees out more quickly, perhaps. Was waiting for the Ziggurat at the expansion, I think, to finish along with the Necropolis. Perhaps a little too greedy. Does he have the time for the DK? Coming up, coming back from the altar. And now FoCuS is diving deep. He has no idea about this expansion. If he had, this game should be his already. Pit Lord getting focused as well. There's Frost Armor here trying to protect him. But the Blade Master nicely finishing off that surround here in the back. So TP has to be used to be repositioned. Blade Master going for the invul again. This Shadowhunter though has infinite healing, man, with these items. And now the Lich and the Pit Lord both are stuck. And he's out of invuls. He's out of TPs and heal potions. He's going to lose his second hero. Shortly followed by the third hero here. Possibly another heal wave comes in. Heal wave number 12 or something. The healing is insane. GG! And FoCuS takes this series 3-1.
Indeed. $200 go to him. That's, of course, pretty nice for him. Lucifer, not really in shape in this matchup as it seems, but for all the MTW fans out there, that's that matchup is the least likely to get for him, as there's only one orc in the race at the MyMTW Cup. And yeah, that was pretty one-sided, I'd say. But yeah, that item luck for FoCuS at game 4 was absolutely ridiculous and pretty tough.
I think he didn't even use the Wand of the Wind. Like,
he sold it, I think.
He sold it?
Because it was gone.
Oh my god.
It was gone. So he either used it, which I didn't see, or he sold it. Or he just threw it on the ground somewhere, but I don't think that happened.
Yeah, those items were insane though, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I was talking about earlier? When you let the TC get level 3 and you don't have silence, man, he just destroys you.
Yeah. No shame in losing to FoCuS though. He is in a really good shape this year, I'd say. February qualifier WGL, he was really good. Yule Cup, he was really good, making it to the top 4 there. So maybe not Lucifer's day. I have seen him better, and I'm pretty sure he will perform better on German soil at like his home turf at the MTW studio in Berlin. He's making his way over to Europe in the next couple of days, like most likely tomorrow, I think, to get used to the jet lag and stuff. So hopefully we will see a better Lucifer on Saturday and then Sunday. And that's it for the show match, but the show here at MTW_gaming is not over yet, because, you know, there is a 5,000 euro tournament coming up this weekend, but what we don't know is the quarterfinals. So we will draw them right now.